Afternoon everyone, this here is Macca from the Shadows. So today I'm bringing you a little bit of a tutorial on raids, how they work, and also how reputation also works in this game here. So this here was actually suggested by a few players here in Sumter. So Rambo, this video here is for you, also for Shadow Kid. You guys have been asking me how I maintain my rep. So this here's a bit of a video for you guys there as well, and hopefully it just helps out some of the more experienced players and also some of the newbies to this game here. So first of all, starting off, so you can see in the top left hand corner there, you have 6 raids that you can do. It takes, I think it's 45 minutes for it to regenerate one, or you could refill it with a raid refill that you get from either the supply depot. You can do daily missions or rewards to refill them, or I think it's 100 coins you can refill it, or sometimes they have them during these raid tournaments that we have right now. And I think you get like a chance of like up to 4 for a certain amount of coins and things like that there. So it's just starting off with the basics. What I always look for, with my rep being so high, 89,000, I always try to look for someone within about the 500 rep range. So the higher you are, the harder it is to maintain your rep. Simple as that there. It is really rigged. So the lower players can become middle players very quickly, gain up to 25 rep per raids. Middle players find it a little bit harder to gain rep, but as you work your way up to the top, it becomes a lot harder to maintain. So for myself, if I find someone within the 500 rep range, usually that means I gain in between about 8 rep to 15 rep. The closer it is to my score, the more chance I have of 15 rep. Majority of the time, if it's any less than that 500, I will be lucky to get 6 rep. 6 rep is the minimum that you can gain per each rep there as well. So like I said, it is really rigged towards players with lower rep, rating higher players. So that way they can gain 25, so then that way they can make it to the mid tier. Cool. Also making sure that when I do look for someone that has that high rep, it costs me a lot of food. So you can see here, 3,300 per each time I search. That is dependent on what level you are in the game. So I am a level 100 in this game, which basically means one of two things. Either I've been playing the game for a year and a half, which I have been, or the second one is that I just absolutely smash out the roadmaps for XP, which you know what you can do. But once you've reached level 100, there's not much you can do other than spend 3,300 food trying to find someone. You also may have noticed that I'm actually skipping a lot of these players here. So these here are actual players. So Falco has an amazing team. Not that I'm trying to avoid that there, but he's in Phoenix. What happens when you verse someone that's in a faction? You come up on this list here, on the activities faction here. So you can see, for example, if I was to revenge Eddie here, and you can see Sir Asian Tommy is shielded. If I was on, say, 20,000 rep, I would constantly be searching here. So I can search on this guy here, 15,000, he's shielded, but most importantly, it's not actually costing me any food when I search for these guys. So you can see here, 21,000. If I was a lower rep, I can easily search these guys here, gain 25 rep each time. If I was to do that now, I'm gonna gain 6 rep, but I'll go on this list and someone's gonna raid me and get 25 rep. But what's also pretty tempting is that I'll get over 100,000 wood and food if I was to raid this guy here. That is dependent on how many of your characters stay alive and how much health they have as well. So the less characters that survive, the percentage of this here goes down as well. So there's a few things to actually look out for. Some people actually raid because they want to be number 1, which is cool and all, but you actually don't get anything for it. Cool, just looking along here. So how this here works is, you can see my strongest team that I can field is an S1++ team. Even if I change my defense to a B++, which I actually have, it will automatically remember what my strongest team is, an S1++, and it will automatically make sure that I'm versing players of the same rank. And also on the flip side, other players of the same rank will still verse me, even if I put up a C rank team, because my strongest team that I can have is an S1++ team. So that's a little trick to make sure that you understand. Even if you drop your defense to the lowest one, it's still going to be exactly the same. I will tell you why I have a B++ team set up as my defense in a moment. But you can see here, another thing to look out for. Obviously, I know what this guy's leadership skill is 30% defense for all blue characters there. So you can kind of guess what team they'll have for them. So knowing what the leadership skill is, what weapons that they have as well, helps out quite a lot. So you can see, boom, And then boom, there as well. Cool, goodbye, thank you very much. We just don't keep on searching for another team. And just another thing that I'll point out is how broken this actual mechanic is when you think about it. So for each time I raid someone, the bot's never going to be the same as the actual player. It's a 5 versus 5 system that they use, but you can see when you're raiding someone, your ideal scenario is that you take out the strongest player or the strongest 45 AP rush character that they have. So just excuse me while I keep on trying to find someone that is not a member of a faction. But you know what? That faction thing that I said can actually work in your favor. Because if you were to raid someone that's in a strong player in a weaker or developing faction, you can raid them and then you can get a few cheeky defense against players that aren't as strong. But it's kind of been, I call it the bullying tactic because it's not really that great. Cool, the Wanderer, let's verse these guys. Cool, you can see here that if this was a computer team, or if this was an actual player versing me right now, they would probably destroy me because, you know, these red guys would absolutely destroy me. So I'll just go through, boom, 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 boom. I'll just focus on destroying one character. You see that they just attack all over the place. Yes, my Sandy has an awesome, this weapon here is amazing, I absolutely love it. But really, one of my green characters should be dead, and ideally, you would probably attack Herschel because he's a revived character. Excuse me there. Alright, let's just take out, see how much Tim. Take him out. I probably should have taken out Bruce as well, because he will probably AR rush, targeted attack. But you see, because the bot is stupid, I can just go Lexer, whatever, I think that's his name. Cool, you can see there, I can now revive, Lester, sorry, his name was. And then boom, boom, boom. And you can see just like that there, because if that was a player, like I said, they would have won. And another thing is, attacking first has a massive advantage, a huge advantage. Even if I was to lose to a team, I'll try to find one and just do an absolute suicide run. There are very strong teams in this region here as well. Some very strong red teams. Just keep on looking. It's particularly good for like lower rep players as well. So say you come across a team. So alright, let's go against Glenn, this guy here. 30% attack for all ranged characters and a very large bonus to AP. Cool, you can see here majority red. Chances are I'll probably lose to these guys here. Let's just go to one enemy. Let's try to attack this guy here. So let's attack Shane. He may rush this turn, or pretty close to. No. It's a minus 45 attack for everyone. And let's try to take out, I think his name's Rocky. Boom, boom, boom. And an Eagle Eye. And everyone's healed. This may be enough to take them all out. Just enough. You can see there I kind of got lucky, but if I was a lower rep player, I played that team there, I may have lost, say, 6 reputation, but then I can verse this guy again, and I can just swap it to this blue team, and I'd absolutely destroy that team. So that's where it's really broken, and you still gain 25 rep, but, you know, all in all, you gain 19 rep, but that's where it's really broken for the lower players there. I did mention before that I had a B++ team as my defense, because all these characters that were coming up now, so this Andrea here, let's just go back to these guys here. Cool. So this here is an actual team of one of the players' teams in this region. So I will get used to versing this team. I know how to beat this team quite easily. So you basically just take out the revived character as quickly as possible. Let these guys here all attack. Take out Andrea if you want, because she will rush second turn. It's the way that she's designed. Cool. I'm more than happy for this guy to heal everyone because they will all die this turn. Boom. Boom. And you can see, I now know how to beat this team, especially when it comes time for wars. I would know how to defeat that team very, very easily. So I don't want, well, that's a little bit of a pause there. I don't want people to know how to beat my team. Cool, you can see there, 10 rep. That's one of the higher ones that we have received there. I'd rather no one know what my team is. Yes, I'm doing a video of it, a little bit hypocritical, whatever. But I don't want people to know what my best team is. I want to save that for the wars. You know, that's an actual time when you can actually win a good 5-star, whereas being number 1, you don't get anything from Scopely. You don't get a tap on the back, you don't get 100 coins, you don't even get a walker arm, so it's not really worth it at the end of the day there. That's why I always, you know, plus a lot of people actually just have drop characters and as their main defense as well. So obviously everyone can use the main when you set up your defense, everyone can use that main character as your support character there, and that way you can get a few tokens and it helps out your team. So the medium drop item characters are usually the most popular that people have, and so it doesn't really mean that much, these reps, but I understand a lot of people it does. And you know what, once I think it's your supply depot, once you get it to a certain level to unlock, I think you need, from memory, to unlock this slot here, so I think 1900 rep. I think one of these here is like 1100 rep from memory. If I'm wrong by about 100 rep or anything like that that's okay. I will gift you a 5-star somehow, Scopely make this happen. But that's what I look for when I raid characters as well. So just a few things within 500 rep for myself. So you can see David, this here is actually Falco's team. So that is just like a prime example of how it works there as well. So this here is an actual bot. Usually its name's David, like I was saying, David, Carl, there's another one. So you can see here, boom, 2 Jesuses, absolutely amazing team. But because I've versed this team so many times before, I know how to beat it very, very easily. And unfortunately what that means is come wars, I just already know how to defeat it. And, it kind of defeats the purpose of having an amazing team for wars. So you kind of got to decide what means more. Ouch, this kind of hurts. Boom, boom. But you can see how quickly you can still wait up. Recover. Boom, experience attack. Boom, wide swings. Still alive, won't die. Ended up being a lot closer than what I thought it would be. See, that's how good that team is. But, if that was me first in that team for the first time, I wouldn't know what order to attack it. But because I've versed it a few times now, I know what order to attack it in. Cool. Quickly summarizing, plus or minus 500 rep. Minus 500 rep for myself because a little bit higher. There's not going to be anyone higher than me. So make sure I gain the most amount of rep as possible. I have a fake defense team set up so that way when people play the bots of my characters, they don't know what to suspect when it comes to wartime when I have my proper defense team set up. I always try to avoid factions as well, so that way I don't become on the revenge list, which is this one here. But on the flip side, if you are lower rank, this here is your friend because you save yourself searching for food. You can easily get 25 rep. Other thing I forgot to mention as well, when I wake up in the mornings or if I haven't played this game for say 3 or 4 hours, is that if this fuels at 6 out of 6, I try to raid someone as quickly as possible and then spend the rest of my time searching. So this here, you want this here to always be basically refilling because it takes about 45 minutes. You don't want to be wasting time when it's 6 out of 6 trying to find someone. You're best off just finding someone, getting 6 rep and letting it reset so that way it's going towards 45. I barely ever revenge people in here. There's no point for me revenging unless I want to have a little bit of fun and have a revenge battle with someone. That's the main things I look out for when I'm raiding there as well. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys there. If you have any more tips that you would like, please write them down in the comments. What I'm doing next video is on how to level up characters quickly. A little bit of leveling up preparation. What you can do, there's some massive scores that happen in this region here. They don't pay at all, but what they do is they just prep for ages. And probably a third one is how to level up your town hall quickly. And what buildings that I would recommend to upgrade first of all, but we can have a bit of discussion about it there. You can hit me up on my YouTube channel, so obviously leave a comment below. I will reply as quickly as possible. The other way as well is on the Walking Dead Wikipedia page as well. So I'll be uploading this video on how to raid there as well. But if you have any comments there, please write them down as well. So they're my 2 areas at the moment to get in contact with me. Other than that, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. All the best for today, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you.